Here we go, Steeler Nation. Get those terrible towels moving.
Restaurant 7 days a week.
Don't know why we still fight for who we become. We all cross the line. We're running out of time. Dangerous nights to fall in love. Started a stranger.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're live at the Steelmatic Network with G Honda. Pop-up show Tuesday. Pop-up show Tuesday. Week 7 versus the Jets. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. You see the thumbnail. This is a pop-up show live. Live pop-up show week 7 versus the Jets. How y'all doing today? Man, y'all like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Hit that Cash App, Steelmatic 001, Steelmatic 001. Appreciate y'all for being here with me, man. How y'all Tuesday going thus far? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. How your Tuesday going thus far? Today we have back here and he'll help. And man, I appreciate y'all greatly. So I want to send a special shout out, man. All thoughts and prayers to the storm victims of Helene and Milton, all North Carolina and the surrounding areas, as well as the victims and evacuees of Milton and Florida. I want to send a special shout out and prayers to all the storm victims. And if you were affected by that storm, if you were a storm victim and you was affected by the storm in any way, property damage, please feel free to reach out to FEMA.gov and disaster assistance issue and disaster relief, and you reach out to them so they can assist you in any property damage or damages you may have incurred during the storm as a storm victim. Thoughts and prayers out to you and your families, and I know a lot of individuals lost loved ones during these difficult times. But if you're needing financial assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to FEMA.gov and disasterassistance.gov. Absolutely. Man, I appreciate y'all for being here with me today, man. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Help me grow the channel. We're gonna get into and talk about our Steelers today. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the Davante Adams fiasco. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. And we're gonna get into that matchup as well. We're gonna get into that Monday night matchup, the Bills and the Jets as well. All right. Y'all being here today. Appreciate y'all, man. Divine Photos, how you doing, my brother? Divine Photos, how you doing, my brother? Salute to you, man. Good afternoon to you, brother. Good afternoon to you, brother. Appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate you being here. What you got, man? I know the Jets traded for Davante, but it don't change the fact the Jets are still an undisciplined football team. Yeah, two things could be true, Divine. I mean, it's it's my beef with Rooney, man. It's my beef with Rooney. Rooney don't want to spend no money, even though he clearly has the salary cap for it. And we're in grave need, and we needed that, bro. That's gonna come back to bite us because we folded on the Brandon Ayuk thing, and now we fold on this, and you see how our receiving core is looking. Yeah, it's man. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. But I care less about the Jets, man. But I know that's an intricate piece that we direly needed, and that's just something that Khan and Rooney folded on once more. And I don't know what's going on, bro. To be real with you, bro, I don't know what they doing something in that front office, and it ain't nothing productive. I tell you that. Yeah, man. What you got, bro? One organization to another. You see Aaron Rodgers throwing his receiver under the bus at the post-game press conference. That's why Aaron's team never succeed. Yeah, he's definitely has some significant weapons, man. Aaron Jones, Davante, Alan Lazard. Yeah, Alan Lazard, which he has now. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Very well holds weight. Very well holds weight. Debo Samuel. Okay. Yeah. I'm see what they gonna do, man. I mean, I have to know what they got going on over there, man. Unless they just confided in what we currently have, and he ain't getting off his wallet for nobody. He is a penny pincher to the core. Yes, he is. But man, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app, Steelmatic001, Steelmatic001. Man, let's get into it. Let's cook. Man, this Davante thing got me heated, man. I'm like, golly. Man, because we talking about being contenders, right? And we talking about being consistent because we see how far along Baltimore's coming. Baltimore's on the road. Baltimore's getting hot. They're cooking up. So we have to be on par with our competition, right? We have to be on par with our competition, and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that Cincy will follow suit. They're coming off a win against the Giants, and they're going to follow suit. They're going to be on par for divisional play as well. But no, it's not a panic. I'm just concerned that that we're on schedule and on par, as well as they are. Anytime you say AFC North divisional play, it's always great play and great competition. Always. Because it's rarely any blowouts in AFC North divisional play. Rarely. Mm-hmm. Who else we got in the building today, man? Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app. Like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app, man. Help me get monetized. Get over this 500 sub marker, man, so I can get monetized, man. But I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. I appreciate all y'all being here with me, man. Hit that like button on the way in. All right, so we're going to get into that Monday night matchup. The Bills and the Jets. So the Bills, they went into MetLife Stadium versus the Jets. They went into MetLife Stadium. Josh Allen taking on Aaron Rodgers and company. Josh Allen, he went 19 for 25 on 215 yards, passing with 2 passing touchdowns. Davis, he had 20 carries for 97 yards, 4.8 yards average. However, Jets did fight back. Aaron Rodgers, he went. So I'm sorry, excuse me. Aaron Rodgers did indeed go 23 for 35, 294 yards passing, 2 passing TDs. However, they missed 2 critical field goals, and Aaron Rodgers did have an INT. And those 2 critical field goals cost them dearly at home. A must-win for the Jets. However, they fell to the Bills on Monday Night Primetime, 23-20. 23-20. Bills down the Jets, 23-20 in MetLife Stadium. Yep. Like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app coming in. Steelmatic 001, Steelmatic 001. So we got the injury report. All right. So, of course, Russell Wilson still got that nagging leg. That nagging leg that's been bothering him all for the past couple months. So he's limited on that. The question on Highsmith and Herbig, they are both limited this week, and Highsmith possibly could play Sunday, possibly so, but he's going to be day to day, and he's going to be questionable. Everybody know that asset right there. That's a huge weapon, complimentary of T.J. Watt. So T.J. Watt ain't got to be held and grabbed by 2-3 different guys. So he's effective, but of course, such is life. We don't get those penalties or any other. So thus far. And of course, tight end McCole Pruitt, he's been limited as well. And he will be limited for the rest of the week. So let's get into this Devontae thing. I mean, we really see what our receiving core looks like. So our receiving core doesn't look pretty at all. I mean, everybody see that. I mean, we're dead last, and we're dead at the bottom at a lot of categories: offensive production, third down efficiency, production as a whole, production as an entirety. But you fail on getting 2 prominent pieces that you were able in market and surely have the capital to do so. But being cheap, don't want to spend the money as our Rooney does, our Rooney being our Rooney. But you got to wisely invest money to make money. And Ayuk, wise investment. Devontae Adams, wise investment. How you falter on both of them, one could only know. One would only know. But and if it's anything ever to come back to bite you, Najee can't do it all. Fields can't do it all. I mean, the little, we paying Pat Fryermuth $50 million to get 4 or 5 receptions a game. And we never know which George Pickens is going to show up from moment to moment. We just never know. That's a scary thing in its own. But dialing back to my critical point of Art Rooney not properly spending money. Okay, so I understand when we had the Killer Bees, and I'm gonna dial it back a bit. Big Ben, Lev Bell, Antonio Brown. That was one of the most critical times Art Rooney forked out the most money. And must say he got a really good return on his investment, minus a Super Bowl championship. He got years and years of production and mediocrity. Got to the postseason, got Tomlin a winning season, but not a chip. If it was ever a time, such as now, you have essential pieces like a Brandon Ayuk and Devontae Adams available on the trade block, and your receiving core is, I wouldn't even say mid, sub-mid, novice at best. You have a novice receiving core. Because let's keep it a stack. That's what it's been. It ain't elite. It's nowhere near elite receiving core. Nowhere near. But when you have an elite defense, like a 2000 Baltimore Raven defense, that makes you look good. And that's our dilemma. Everybody sees that, of course. You see the defensive pieces, we're defensive-minded team. Don't like the Ravens had Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and those guys, made that 2000 Super Bowl team with the Ravens, made the offense look good. Made them look good. You getting significant stops, you making splash plays on the D. So, and put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear. I'm sorry about that. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Just dipped out a second. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. But yeah, our offense is looking decent. But to get that consistent progression, you need tools like this to do an adequate job. And Devontae Adams, I felt like that was the piece to fit in and to help open additional holes for the offense, for Justin Fields, for Calvin Austin, for Fryermuth, but that's just something that, yet again, Art Rooney faltered and folded on. Yet again. What you got, Devon? You heard Russell Wilson is taking first team. I saw that. I saw something like that across the feed, Divine. And here's my take on that. So when you're getting chased down, because you know as well as I do, you see our offensive line. You see our offensive line. And you see how suspect our offensive line is. If you can't get out the pocket fast enough, because he ain't sitting in that pocket, Russ is not sitting in that pocket for no time, because of course, you know, Troy Fontaine not back there. Zach Frazier, I believe he got injured last game, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But your leg, your wheels is not 100%. So that only means he's quicker and bigger, but when that progression and those reads open up, he's passing it. But Justin Fields can extend plays as well. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I really can't call it, Divine, to be honest with you, man. I really can't call it, because you know he's not 100%, and no need to get him injured further than what he already is if he's not 100%. It's just senseless. Cooper to the Bills. What the world? Wow. Steelers letting opportunities pass. You said it. You said it. Man, you said it, man. You said it. That's it, man. I don't, man. And it's not that we don't have, you know, but that's it. Abel is not doing this consistently. That is consistently, week after week, moment after moment, in game, making plays. But when you like I said, when you got folks that don't want to spend money and just want to sit back and let it falter out, and go ahead. Or Ronnie, send that bread. Najee. And here's my assessment, Devon. So you don't go out and get additional receivers. So now you got no excuse not to pay Najee. Now you have no excuse not to pay Najee. Pay Najee his money. Pay Najee what he's owed. Because let's be real, it's on his back and it's on Najee's shoulders anyway, as it always has been. As it always has been. And I'm reading on the feeds, you know, they compare Jerome Bettis, Lev Bell, and Najee. I mean, I guess you can, but production is production. The best ability is availability. Najee's always available. He's always coming in, putting in that work, and all your seasons, all your years, you got 1,000 plus. Your work speaks for itself, bro. Your work speaks for itself. And I tell you what, minus Najee out that backfield, then what you got? Then what you got? I tell you what, you wouldn't have 4-2. You wouldn't have 4-2. You wouldn't be 6-0. like we ought to be. Lose. Put a one in chat if you can hear. Put a one in chat if you can hear me. My fault. We blocked out again. My one in the chat if you can hear me. One in the chat if you can hear me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see y'all following in. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash out. Steelmatic 001. Steelmatic 001. So yeah, so if you're not going out to get a receiver and all the work is falling on Najee's shoulders on the running game, why Najee Harris ain't paid? So Divine, so I mean, so if anything, I'm raising a lot of eyebrows. I'm raising a lot of concerns right now. At this point, I shouldn't hear anything about Russell Wilson starting. You did nothing about Russell Wilson getting first team snaps or any inclination of him being a starter. Like, it's insulting. Like, uh I mean, that would just tell me that, you are aiming to sign Najee to be that extended back, in which he's more well deserving of. More well than deserving of. Because let's be real, you put him against a line on, like, you take Najee, you put him with the Cowboys, you put him with the Dolphins, instant contenders, instant contenders, instant contenders. You take Najee, you plug him anywhere, instant contender, instant contender. I mean, it's no question. The boy just that potent. The boy, I mean, he just is. I mean, that's just what it is, But they got a decision to make. What you got, Devon? I do think either Amari or Devontae would have made the Steelers a bit better. I agree. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. 1,000%. Get Amari would have been the better option. You probably wouldn't even have to give up much to get him. Mm. What was he a free agent, or I don't know. I mean, he is on the back end, and then he's had a cumulative injuries, so I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. What you got? What you got? Najee can't be what Derrick Henry is for Lamar. I mean, if you look at it, he is. He's a very powerful runner, and he's always available. Because I mean, if you look at those last couple games, I mean, if you look at his runs, I mean, he got that he got that sneaky power. Like, he doesn't look like he's as powerful as he is as a runner, as strong as a runner, but he does have deceptive strength and run power. He does. He really does. Because I mean, you look at him and Derrick Henry side by side, and Derrick Henry's more massive than anybody, but Najee definitely has that strategic power, and he definitely uses it well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. I mean, it's just one of those things to where it's just something we have to additionally figure out and get past, because it's just I feel like it's definitely going. I feel like it's definitely going to come back to bite us, in a sense to where um come divisional play, and I'm not even looking past divisional play, to be honest with you, because like I said, all of them going to turn the corner. Baltimore's going to be ready. Browns is going to be ready. Bengals going to be ready. So divisional plays always. One of those is not. No matter how well your talent is in your talent pool. I'm talking about exceptionally from a competitive standpoint, to where it's just where you're getting solid continuity and production. From your, we know the running game's going to be there, but the receiving core has to be there. Because of course, while we're paying for our move before with flying colors. So Najee, so our receiving core, I see our receiving core definitely has to um level up, because like I say, making plays here and there, doing things here and there, and it's just it's not gonna cut it. It's really not gonna cut it. Because if our defense has to shut down Derrick Henry for multiple possessions only to get the ball kicked back and go back on the field, and we're punting the ball 6 to 8 times a game, we're killing ourselves. We're literally killing ourselves, right? So let's go into oh Sunday night matchup versus the Jets. Sunday night matchup versus the Jets. So of course, Aaron Rodgers, he gonna come to play. He gonna come to bowl as well. He's passing 1,300 yards plus on the season. They got Brees Hall running. He has 310 yards on the season. Of course, the prominent receiver Garrett Russell. He has 400 yards receiving. He's going to be productive. He's going to get his he's going to get his touches, as well as open up things for that receiving core: Mike Williams, Alan Lazard, and also if we decide to go zone our man, probably JPJ or Dante Jackson. Dante Jackson's been balling out. He's been a huge asset, incredible for us in that backfield. Minka Fitzpatrick, I'm not sure of the timetable with him, but he had a little shoulder injury last game, a little shoulder snafu, if you will. He may be questionable come Sunday. But also with that defense, Sherwood and Ickles on the so they do have an aggressive defense. However, the defense is not entirely productive. They do sit in 2 and 3, but the defense do like to get after it. They do have a sturdy defense, a decent defense, if you will. So I'm starting on the offensive side. We definitely gonna have to get ahead early. If you to be fair, Jets are, in my opinion, Jets are more like the Colts. But we are indeed playing at home, and we definitely need to get on top of them early, because, of course, you don't want to keep Aaron Rodgers on the field for too long. Aaron Rodgers, he can decipher and layer the defense, if you will, and kind of chop down the defense with those short check down plays. But of course, with the decent receiving core that they currently have, Gary Wilson and company, they can indeed chop down defense little by little and look to drag out the game more and more to sort of wear down the defense, if you will. But I feel as though confidently, if we get Alex Highsmith back on Sunday, and they can open up more holes for TJ to get to Aaron Rodgers early and stifle him earlier, and shorten up that run game for them, that can mean good business and early takeaways for us and put us ahead of schedule. Also, on the offensive side for Pittsburgh, Justin Fields, he has to do what Justin Fields do: stretch the defense. Najee is going to do Najee. Najee's going to come to play. The receiving core for what they do and for what they produce and bring to Justin Fields, he's going to have to, like I said, stretch plays and make that extra play and move the chains with his feet, as well as assist Najee. And because that could mean also Cordell Patterson's going to be out, but Jalen Warren is still slowly working his way into the fold back nursing back to health because that ankle still didn't look 100%. Based on this play last week versus the Raiders. So we want to slowly get him back and nurse him back to health. Slowly and surely. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Nick Herbig, being nursed back to health as well. What you got, Divine? Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, Steelmatic001, Steelmatic001. Help me grow the channel, grow the community. Divine, what you got? One thing I will say about the Jets, you have a shot because the Jets are undisciplined, and Watt can get to Aaron because the Jets' offensive line is shaky. Yeah, Divine, but Divine, here's one massive component. One massive component you're missing, Divine. If you ever pay attention to the Steelers playing at home, we don't get any calls at home. They don't like to give us no penalty calls at home. And TJ Watt can have a knife inside of him. He can have a noose around his neck. He can get gouged in the eyes. They can throw dirt, salt in the man's eyes, and they won't call not one yellow flag. They won't call not one yellow flag. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. But it's constant and all types of penalties that occur, and we don't get nam. However, they can't wait to throw penalties on us, offside penalties on Broderick Jones, Darnell Washington. They get penalties like running water. So, yeah, man, it's just one of those things to where, if we do have Highsmith, if we do have Alex Highsmith back on Sunday, it indeed will open up holes for TJ Watt, most definitely. And TJ Watt will most definitely get to Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers, he definitely wanted to be smart because he wanted to protect that ankle. He wanted to protect that ankle from TJ because TJ clip him. TJ TJ's gonna get to him for sure. TJ's gonna get to him for sure. And Joby's gonna get to him. But it's just a matter of everybody coming to play and everybody being on schedule. Especially the secondary. Especially the secondary, because they do have receiving core weapons. They do have a decent receiving core. Yes, sir. I mean, the offensive line can be shaky, but Aaron Rodgers has a decent cadence to where he could create those false snaps and create defenses to jump over, if you will. And but we just, like I said, we just have to be on schedule. Be on schedule and be on par with what we have coming. And like I said, they're a well capable team, just not producing right now because I think a lot of things still shaking up from the firing of Robert Saleh and everything they got going on in their front office, but their problem nonetheless. Their problem. I want to touch on our secondary. Our secondary been balling, man. I wanted to give a shout out to our secondary. Shout out to Dante Jackson, LSU product, LSU native. Salute to you. Salute to you, my brother. Yes, Louisiana stand up. And but yeah, man, Deontay Jackson, he's been balling, he's been doing great things, large in part to Minkah Fitzpatrick, a great asset back there in the safety era, in the safety portion. And secondary has been performing fairly well. JPJ, Corey Trice. I don't know if Corey Trice out injured, but the secondary has been performing very well. Of course, from the men in front, creating those rushes and those QB hurries. But the secondary has indeed been capitalizing on them. The secondary has indeed been capitalizing on them. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. So yeah, so our secondary has definitely been performing. If we can be consistent, and not get behind, not falter behind, and create splash plays early. Create splash plays early, and but of course, we have to unfortunately make up for what our offense doesn't have, production wise. But that's exactly what we've been doing. That's exactly the reason we're 4-2 and we're not 6-0. But all things considered, secondary has been balling out. They have been studs, and they have been true stand-up guys. And of course the pass rush, Ogunjobi, TJ Watt, and company, they've definitely been holding it down. But of course, as competition looms, as divisional, of course, the competition, then we have the bye week, then there's divisional play. So we definitely want to be ahead and on schedule for divisional play because, the accumulation of attrition, injuries, and things of that nature just come into play. So it's going to be interesting to see. And, it makes no never mind with what you didn't do, but what happens next. And I feel as though this should be more incentive for our receiving core to step up. For our receiving core to step up, being that, we didn't go get any significant names, but, just to put on notice with the core that we currently have, that we need to make something happen. And I strongly feel as though Tomlin and Arthur Smith gearing towards the reads being better read. I think we're kind of selling for, the production of Justin Fields, and he's doing the job. And but those reads coming along quicker and faster. I just believe that windows are not being created cleaner enough, for him to make those passes. But being safe, being a game manager, if you would say, he's doing a darn good job. A darn good job. Yes, he is. One person I think that needs to step up and step up greatly so, Pat Fryermuth. Pat Fryermuth, number 7, Big Ben Roethlisberger, once made a statement he may be better than 83 Heath Miller. I don't know about that one. Heath Miller was elite, baby. Heath Miller was elite. Heath Miller was a gamer. He showed up. He was Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. So yes, so Pat Fryermuth, he has to produce. He has to produce. He has to be more productive. He has to be more than just $50 million. Sorry about that. Yeah, so $50 million. We got to be more productive than that. We have to be better than that. But Sunday versus the Jets, Prime time is always an elite matchup, regardless of record. That's out the window. And we're gonna be in Pittsburgh, so it's gonna be a party. So, but we need to get this dub on this prime time because we dropped the last game in prime time at home. We most certainly did. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that cash in. Man, I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, hit that like. Okay. So yeah, help me grow the channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that cash up, Steelmatic001. I'm gonna get out of here because this feed's chomping up. But hit your notifications, set the notifications, man. I appreciate y'all being here today. Divine, Mr. Williams, Rose, Rob Pink, man, I appreciate all y'all. So y'all hit such notifications. I'm gonna be back Wednesday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Appreciate y'all. I'm G Honda. This is the Steelmatic Network. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Stick into the end zone, touchback.